Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So here we are going to continue section 5.2, solving linear equation. Most often problems are represented in words. So when you want to solve word problems, there are a few steps that you can follow through. The first step is you have to read the problem carefully. And if you don't understand, perhaps you can read it twice or thrice. Sometimes it is always useful, it can be very useful to sketch a simple diagram that can help you to visualize the problem. And the third step is always use alphabet to represent the unknown quantity. For example, the usual alphabet that people use is X or Y or whatever alphabet that you fancy. And based on the problem statement, you can always write an equation that represents the relationship among the quantities. After you have able to come up with a mathematical equation, then solve the equation and represent the answer in a full complete sentence. This may not be necessary, but if you can, it is always good to make it as clear as possible. And lastly, don't forget to check the answer and see if it agrees with the facts given in the problem. So of course, this set of guidelines is very general and it is not just used in solving problems in linear equation, but you can also use it to solve quadratic equations, for example. Now let's look at a very simple example just to illustrate how we can change statements into mathematical statements. I mean the word problems into mathematical statement and solve for the whatever unknown quantity that is asked in this question. Okay, so Joe is 4 years older than Sam, and then the sum of the ages is 34. What are Joe's and Sam's ages? So we can represent J as Joe's age. So let Joe's age represented by J, and then Sam's age is represented by S. Therefore, in this case, it says here the sum of the ages is 34. Therefore, I can change it into a mathematical statement. J plus S is equal to 34. So this statement also can be converted into a mathematical statement. Joe is 4 years older than Sam. That means Joe is Sam plus 4, Sam's age plus 4. So this is our first statement, second statement. Then I can use the second statement. Okay, so substitute 2 into 1. So now I have S plus 4 plus S is equal to 34. 2S plus 4 is 34. 2S is 30. Therefore, S must be 15. So what is S again? Sam's age is 15. And since Joe is 4 years older than Sam, and therefore Joe's age is 19. So, oops, sorry. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, so Joe's age is 19. Joe's age is 19. You can check that whether the answer is correct or not, because when you add up the age, the answer is 34. Okay, next. The sum of three consecutive integers is 129. What are the integers? The meaning of consecutive integers is the integer after that. So, you know, it's one after that, one after another. So in this case, there are three consecutive integers, then but the integer is unknown, so you can let x represent the unknown integer, and it says three consecutive integers. That means it must be x and then x plus 1 and x plus 2. So we have three consecutive integers. The sum of these integers is 129. Therefore, we can create a mathematical statement. So x plus 1 plus x plus 2 must be equal to 129. And then we group all the x's together. So I will have 3x plus 3 equals to 129. 3x is 126. Therefore, x is 126 over 3. And the answer is 42. So again, we go back to the question, which is asking about what are the integers. Therefore, the integers are 42, 43, and 44. And of course, you should always check whether your solution is correct or not. If you try to add up those numbers, those integers, it should add up to 129. Okay. Now the next example is also quite simple. 10 years from now, Siti will be 3 times as old as she was 4 years ago. How old is Siti now? So it is asking so the question is asking about Siti's age now. So that is something that is unknown, so you can represent it with an alphabet. So here, let x represent Siti's age now. Okay, so 10 years from now, Siti will be 3 times as old as she was 4 years ago. So 10 years from now. So if you have 10 plus Siti's age now will be equal to 3 times as old as she was 4 years ago. So that means 3 times the age that she was 4 years ago. So must be x minus 4. So next, I will have 10 plus x. Take out the parentheses, 3x minus 12. Next, we regroup all the x together. So x minus 3x, negative 12 minus 10. So this one will become negative 2x, negative 22. X is negative 22 over negative 2, which is 11. Therefore, Siti's age now is 11 years old. Okay, Siti's age now is 11 years old. Okay. And this is something for you to consider solving at home. We have two different situations here, and the question is asking you to find what are the heights of the table, the cat and the tortoise. So this is for you to consider, do it at your own comfort, your own pace. So this is homework. Okay, and I will see you again in the next video. Thank you very much.